Good morning. Welcome back. With less than 100 days until the election, the battle for battleground states is underway. Polling showing Joe Biden with leads across the nation as he drops millions on campaign ads. So where do the candidates truly stand in these swing states? Here to debate that is Republican strategist Joseph Pinion and Democratic strategist Kevin Walling. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate it.
Hey, Jillian. Good morning.
Good to be here.
Good morning. So we'll pull up those numbers one more time. And, I'm curious what you both think about this. I'm going to start off with you, Joseph. What do you think about all the battleground states where Joe Biden has a significant lead in some areas at this point?
Look, I think the reality is that what people poll on in the summertime is really what they vote on when it comes to November. What this election is going to be about is not an enthusiasm gap, but literally the living and dying of Americas. Who has the opportunity to put Americans back to work? Who has the plan to make sure that people can put food on their table? This is no longer a game of who's wearing a mask and who's not wearing a mask. It's really going to be a plan of who can make America rise like the phoenix we are in a post-COVID-19 world.
You guys know, both of you know the importance of Florida, especially Joe Biden taking the lead there at this point. Kevin, I'll go to you with the significance of that.
Yeah, Jillian, I mean, Florida is the whole ballgame, in addition to those former kind of blue wall states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. I've been encouraged to see the consistency of polling that we're seeing out of Florida with the former vice president leading President Trump anywhere between 5, 6, 7 points. The interesting thing to me also, too, is the precipitous decline of the president with regards to seniors. Seniors were a key voting bloc in his 2016 coalition. They broke with him by about 7, 8 points nationwide, about that same margin in Florida. And we're seeing recent polling that has him down 10 points with seniors. We know seniors vote. We know they show up. And again, to Joseph's point, it really is all about the COVID-19 response. Seniors are really focused, obviously, on that issue.
Texas, obviously of importance. Let's pull up those numbers right here. Joe Biden, you can see with 45% to President Trump with 44%. This is a Quinnipiac poll from July 16th through 20th. Joseph, I'll go to you on this right now because the president is supposed to hold a campaign fundraiser this week in Texas. What do you think he needs to do in order to gain ground there?
Look, I don't think he needs to gain ground. I think he needs to remind Texans that they're Texans, needs to remind people of the reasons why they voted for him 4 years ago, which is because they were tired of tired politicians with policies that didn't work and made their life worse. So I think Democrats should be leery of falling into what I call the Clinton trap of 2016, spending money in places they have no chance in really winning, while the president is creeping up in places like Pennsylvania and Michigan, because that is, to me, really of more interest than really trying to speculate on when Democrats are finally going to be able to turn Texas blue. Likely not going to happen in this election cycle.
All right, Kevin, I'll go to you with what Joseph had to say about where Joe Biden is spending money.
Yeah, Texas has always been the great hope, I think, for the Democratic Party. I don't know if it's going to be this election cycle or not, but there's obviously encouraging polling out of Texas. You saw the vice president spending some resources there. And it's not just, in a gambit to win Texas for the Democratic column, but there's a number of key congressional House races. So just like we flipped 6 seats in California in 2018 in the midterms, Democrats are looking at Texas to be that boon for us in terms of congressional seats. But of course, you're seeing spending in places like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. That's the whole ballgame, obviously, for the vice president. He wins back those 3 key states. He's the 46th president. But of course, also, too, you're seeing him spend in Arizona, which has not been in the Democratic column in a very, very long time. So I like a map where there's a lot of offensive opportunities. And the president is obviously playing defense in all these key states.
Some players will tell you defense wins games.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it does. Joseph and Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jillian.
Thank you so much.